Hi, and welcome to my Tuesday evening live card making tutorial. This evening, I'm going to be using the Country Birdhouse bundle. All right, I am trying to get this to go live on, keep clicking it on Instagram, and it's not happening. Okay, so we will just come back and not concern ourselves with that. Uh, my mom loves birdhouses. It's a great gift to give her. They have a lot of property and she has them all over the house and the birds love them and it's so much fun for her to watch the birds come and use it, come and go. And so for that, I know she would love this handmade birdhouse card. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 23 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. And so let's go ahead and have a closer look at the Country Birdhouse bundle. Oh, look at this. All right, so we've got some choices here. Here's the Birdhouse stamp set, Country Birdhouse stamp set with the birdhouse, and it's pictured close to size at 95% instead of 100, and in some a wood grain with a knot in there. Hoping you have the best day ever. Happy birthday. Hello, friend. Oh, that's a chain to hang it. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Of course, some flowers, the bird, and some speckles. And then for the coordinating dies, look at this. So we have some outline dies to die cut the images. So all of the flowers and the bird and the birdhouse, those are the outline dies. And then you'd use the same die to die cut the birdhouse as to build one with dies. And we're going to build one tonight. Oh, Miss Patricia's here, and Miss Roxanne, and Miss Tammy, and Miss Ruth Ann, and Ina, right? Well, welcome, and thank you for joining me. And so there are the intricate dies. So we're going to mix it up. We're going to use both. And the Country Birdhouse, well, this is in the 24-25 Stampin' Up! Catalog, and it comes in a bundle. When you order the bundle, you save 10% on both. But wait, okay, Miss Ina, thank you. It gets even better when you order by, okay, my fan is, here we go, moving my, my phone. When you order this bundle with the 10% discount by Sunday, June 30th, if supplies last, you'll get an additional 10% off. And those savings are really adding up. And so if you're looking at this going, wait a minute, that's not how my dies come. Well, mine didn't either. They came in a very nice plastic, I don't know, we'll call it plastic envelope, on a thick sheet of coated cardstock with adhesive on there. I prefer putting them on these magnet cards from Stampin' Storage, a different company from Stampin' Up. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a link to it where you can go and pick up some of these. And I like them because they're really strong. The magnets aren't falling off and just so nice to organize. It's so much easier than trying to get it back onto that paper. And then to store them, I slide them into one of the pockets. And so I've got a link to that. I accidentally ordered sleeves when I wanted pockets, so make sure you order the right thing. All right, so we've got some stamping to do before we start all the die cutting. So what I have here is some basic white cardstock. And whenever you're stamping on white cardstock, you absolutely want to use the basic white cardstock. It has a smooth, tight finish to give you crisp, clean images. And so if you would please like and share my video. Oh, someone did a like as I was saying it, and comment. That all helps. Oh, Miss Becky shared it. Thank you. And hi, Miss Becky. So what I have here is the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. You know what? I don't know that was my fan. I think it's, hold on. This is hitting the table. Okay, that may help. And I can turn my fan back on because it is a little muggy today. Oh, hello, Miss Carla. Okay, so on this, I should be able to get all of the white done that I want. I have the birdie. So cute. Die cut. Stamp. And You know, every time I stamp and it comes out well, it's just a delight, isn't it? And then look at this beautiful spray of flowers. Oh, let's come down over here. Ah, nice, nice, nice. And then a flower and a flower. So we are done with the tuxedo black until I do the greeting later. So our stamping is done. All right. Yeah. Oh, Miss Diana. Yeah. You know what? Today was my first time playing with it. I got it, and then it was temporarily unavailable. And I try not to play with things that I know aren't available. If something happens while, I'm demonstrating and before it gets out, well, but I purposely try not to, so I left it alone. All right. Well, you know what, Miss Ruth Ann? I'm glad that works for you. The magnetic vent covers, I found them not to be strong enough to hold mine, but I'm so glad you have a solution that works for you. All right, so let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I just love, let me scan out as far as I can. All right, so I attended a Stampin' Up event, a virtual event this weekend, Creativity Now. And somebody had her Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine like this, and all she had to do was back up. And I thought, oh, I like that so much better. That'll be so much easier to use. All right, so let me grab my plates. Okay, so this evening I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to use, okay, let's see, the Sizzix magnet platform. It works with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because it takes the same size plates. So if I were to use a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I would have needed plate number 1 and plate number 2. This makes up that difference. But I still do need a plate number 3. There we go. And we will do our die cutting. Let me grab my dies. All right, so we'll start with the outline ones, and then we will do what we need to do to build the birdhouse. Now, we used to carry the Big Shot, and I had the magnet platform, and it's not a solid magnet. You have to find them on there, but I move them around until it clings really well. Stampin' Up had one. It was a solid magnet for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I was so excited about that because I didn't have to try to find a magnet, but they didn't last very long, and so they discontinued them. All right, so I've been waiting, and it's been some time now, so I'm giving up, and I went back to the magnet platform. Okay, and this just saves time because I've used before, and I've shown you where it's here somewhere, that low tack tape. I've got a link to it. You can do that, and but this just saves me time. Okay, that may not be on. That's on a magnet. We can always come back and move it. So, okay, so I'm able, it looks like, to do 3 of the 4 images that successfully found one of the magnets. And the more I use it, they start coming up and I can see where they are. It makes it really easy to find. And then I'm going to finish with a plate number 3. Oh, Miss Diana, you're welcome. All right, so then I'll come back and we'll see how well I did. Oh, cute, cute, cute. This bird, my gracious, I just really like this bird. Okay, this handle, I almost wonder if I move that out of the way, if we can see better, because it focuses on what's closest. All right, our flower, and oh, our flowers, so sweet. So we've got one more to do, but let me put these right back on so I don't lose them. I love it, how nice and strong that is. And we'll center this around it. finding one of the magnets. So if you're watching on YouTube, I have a link to where you can pick up a magnetic platform on Amazon. All right, and so then we need, there we go, another one. So I thought, oh, this is nice, because this is how other than I stand up, you know, I always do this facing myself. All right, so we've got that done. And let me put that back on. So our die cutting is done. Fantastic. Not done, the outline stuff. All right, so let's come back. And so we have this nice big birdhouse. All right. And so I just need it to stay on there, but I do want it to stay in place because while I'm doing it, I can die cut the hole for the bird to go into the house. There we go. And here we go, the one for the little perch. Cute, cute, cute. And all of that is holding in place for me with the magnetic platform. Place this on here. Okay, so I didn't quite... Let me move this all up a little bit. I might need to do this one. See, it's moving. So we'll do that one separately. And that will be just fine. All right. And then, here we go. Come back. So let's take that off. And, you know, I was thinking that'll be good for something else, but not on this card that I'm doing today. All right, and we've got our birdhouse. Fantastic. Right back on here. Just so convenient. All right, now let's grab that little one. Here we go. And so my mom has, like I said, all over the property. So let's find where that magnet will stay for us. And you know what? It's, oh, that's good, actually. I like it there, I think. Yes. And they're all different colors. And so I was playing around. The samples in the catalog I really liked. But I wanted to do something different. All right, that is just not. So we're going to go back to, here we go, our low-tack tape and not keep fighting it. When I did my cards earlier, it was really easy, but you know what? It's always different when you're live on camera. All right, and back with plate number 3. And then our birdhouse is not quite done. But while I have this out, because we're going to do some embossing, while I'm still set up, we will finish all of the die cutting. I'm carefully peeling it off. There we go. Fantastic. All right, we have more to do to that. All right, so now I've got basic black cardstock. In the catalog, that's how they did this piece for, and I just thought it looked so sharp, one of the samples for the birdhouse. And let's cut over here. There we go. And the wrought iron. I do love wrought iron for the birdhouse stand. Can't think of the right word. Post. There we go. And run this through. And so if you're just joining me and I'm just die cutting, well, I'm going to ask again for you to please like and share my video. And I sure appreciate all the comments. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. My goodness. All right. And then these little poke out holes. So this is going to be part of the trim. Super cute. All right. Okay. And so now I have some, help me, pecan pie. And this is for the birdhouse too. There we go. And this is for the bottom. Great. And you know what? I already know I'm going to need one of these, and I'll show you why in a bit. One of those. So let's go ahead and crank all that through. Oh, Miss Cheryl, thank you. Oh, you're fine. And you know what? If you missed anything, you can always go back and watch again. But thank you for liking and sharing my video. I sure appreciate that. Okay. So there we go. And I'm going to show you, the card I'm designing, I'm using the outline for the flowers. I will show you after we're done one that I did with those intricate dies. So this is for the top of the birdhouse. We'll save this. We are almost done die cutting. And then the fun part. Well, it's all fun. The die cutting's fun because it just does the coolest stuff. Okay. And then this is my first time using the basic beige. There we go. Really do like the magnetic platform. I missed it waiting for that full magnet, because then, that full magnet one, it's like, oh, it was so cool while it lasted. And then we have the decorative piece. Okay, so we are done die cutting to my knowledge. And if not, I'll just grab it up again. Let's get this out of here because the height of that does. Oh, we're done die cutting. We're not done embossing. Okay. We're back. All right, so now I'm going to switch out and use plate number 1. And I'm going to be using 2 different embossing folders. One that coordinates with this is I know what this is. It's not lace. Okay, someone can read it I know what it is. Eyelet. Thank you. The eyelet one. All right. And so we'll put this in because the sample in the catalog, they did that. I'm like, oh, I just love it. And my mom is definitely a lace girl. So this eyelet would just be wonderful. Well, and then whenever you use one of the 3D embossing folders, you need the plate number 4. Okay, because the regular cutting plate, the number 3, isn't quite thick enough. And did you notice no bottom cutting plate? Plate number 1, embossing folder with the cardstock in it, the Stampin' Up facing me. We're not cutting, so we won't cut into our platform. Everything will be just fine. Okay. And then our plate number 4. Yeah, Miss Roxanne. Yeah, it's cool stuff. I just hadn't played with it yet. All right, I'm not going to scroll backwards. Cute. How cute is that? All right. We'll be able to see a little bit in a bit. And I wanted to use the Country Woods Designer Series paper, but as I was explaining earlier, if I know something is in stock, I don't use it. So I thought, how can I get that wood look? Because I just love it. Well, I'm going to use, and I believe it's the Timber 3D embossing folder. So let's get our pecan pie. I don't know if I told you this was pecan pie pieces. And set those in here. Close that. And there we go. Oh, well, thank you for your confidence that it's going to be adorable. It is. It truly is. Okay. Because the bundle is just adorable. I just got to play around with colors. Fantastic. So these are both 3D embossing folders, and everything I'm showing you is available to order in my online store, www.shopwithsholly.com. And look at that. I am all organized, nothing to lose. If you've ever lost one of those little ones, it'll get your stomach a little upset. So how about we start with our coloring, so then we can just do all the assembly on the birdhouse. And you know what? Speaking of coloring, let me grab this back out. All right. So I'm going to put this on here. And then I'm taking my, here it is, Smoky Slate Stampin' Right marker. It's in the neutrals. I'm going to use this bullet end, hold this, and just add a little bit more of a decorative touch. There we go. So just a little tiny touch that can add a good bit as I'm going up closer. Okay, let's see if I can come in closer now. So you'll be able to, oh, there we go. And so just a little touch. Put this back away. Survived the heat wave here. Now this week is just gorgeous. All right, so let's color our bird. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight and Balmy Blue for his body. And I'm going to stay with the bullet tip. And come along here. Color him in. I just love the blends so much. There we go. And then I will go to the dark of the Balmy Blue. Try to blend those two together. There we go. He is just beautiful. And then end with the light balmy blue. Okay, you know what happened there when I said balmy? My tongue got wrapped around my eye tooth, and I couldn't see what I was saying. That was something my husband would say, and it cracked me up every time. All right, so what I have here, Diana, how's my mom doing? Fantastic. This is her time of year to be out in the yard. This is the color lifter. So I want to do just a little bit of highlight. It'll be subtle, but there we go. She loves being in the yard. I am not my mother's daughter when it comes to that. Oh, thank you, Miss Roxanne. It cracks me up. And so I have the pecan pie, and we'll give his eye a little bit of color. Brown-eyed bird, and his legs. And, you know, I had used the pumpkin pie, and I thought, well, that's just silly, because I'm using, I mean, not really silly, but I'm using the peach pie on one of the flowers, and I thought, well, why do yet another color when this is close enough on something so, so tiny? So there we have the bird. Ah. All right, so now let's do our flowers. And underneath me, I have the silicone mat. And this is nice for several reasons. One is I'm not concerned about adhesive sticking to it, but a friend was explaining to me that the Stampin' Blends work better on a non-porous surface. So if I were to do this on the grid paper or something else, it would absorb down into the paper, where it just keeps all the color on here. So what I have here is one of the new 24-26 in colors, Peridium Pink. Imagine that. Okay. Just going to go over that. And then we'll do some shading. And with the petals on top, they would create a shadow underneath. So we'll do that. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I know I want to also do this. Well, we can start with the dark. This one in Pretty and Pink too. There we go. Boy, these in colors are so vibrant, so gorgeous. Fantastic. All right. And so then I have the Granny Apple Green Light. The leaves are so small, I didn't do any shading, but I will catch the stems. There we go. All right. And then for the center, I have the Daffodil Delight Light for the center, and for whatever this little spray is. Let me get the center. Oh, you know what? This flower is going to be in Daffodil Delight. And so small, I'm not going to mess with shading. Back with the pecan pie, not pecan pie, peach pie. Hey, all pie is good. And we'll do, is that the dark or the light? Oh, I grabbed the dark. Okay. Let's calm down. And then with the light. And our coloring is done. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, I got that center. We are done. All the die cutting is done. All the embossing is done. All the coloring is done. I am just crazy about this bird. Now we get to assemble the birdhouse. All right, so what I was playing with this earlier today, I wasn't sure where I was going, so I didn't start with the adhesive sheets. And then I decided a piece like this was just, I can't imagine trying to get it off. So then I used the liquid glue. Oh, did I make a mess? The liquid glue is great if you let it get translucent. I guess I was in a hurry and didn't do that. There are people who are really good with the liquid glue. When I use it, it goes everywhere. So if I can avoid liquid glue, I do. So instead I have, these are sticky specks, and I've got a link under the video to these. And so this sheet is just all full of adhesive. So I'm going to set this on here. And why not? Let's just go for it. So I'll have these. And there's just these tiny little dots that get all over all of it. And for me, a lot less messy. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, I've got a link to this under the video. So I started with this one. Whoops. Well, hey, stuck really well. Really well. Uh-oh, maybe too well. I pulled out a new sheet. All right. Wow. Okay, hold on. That's a first experience for me. Wow, it really stuck. I have been using these for a long time. I've never had that experience. Wow. Okay. I think we'll be okay. Pick up a little bit of adhesive here. And this one, there we go. All right, let me start with the other. And I hope it didn't stick too, because I'll have to grab my machine and start die cutting again. Okay, honestly, I have never had it stick like this on here. And I don't have extras of these cut because, you know, why would I? There we go. Okay, that's how it should peel off. Well, until I got to there. Oh, for Peter's sakes. Wow, okay. I'm not so optimistic about that black one because it's so fine. And there we go. So that wood grain looks fantastic. Cute, cute, cute. Let's see. All right. Glad I'm making that look so easy. Only on camera, right? Yeah. Oh, maybe the heat. Yeah, Miss Patricia said she's never had it stick like that either. I don't know. Although I was stubborn in that heat wave, I didn't turn on my central air. Do you think that might have had something to do with it? Okay, so I do have here, but because there's texture on here, I want to use the Stampin' Seal Plus. This was going to be a little bit bigger, was why I was going for something else. So I'm going to need to fold this under. Well, thank you for being patient with me. Crazy. But right, if it's going to go wrong, it's definitely while you're doing a live video. So if I was recording it, I would, I could always stop and start over. But it happens to all of us. All right. And this, it is easy to do. I had started with this one because I wasn't sure where that would go, but then it's like, oh, well, duh, it's going to be at the top. I thought maybe it was going to go up and higher. How cute is that, though? The little rickrack. Get that little, there we go, the little rickrack. And then, okay, who's feeling optimistic? Okay, Miss Roxanne, we'll see you later. All right, this one's going better so far. Well, okay, because I started bragging. Oh, for Peter's sakes. Well, the one that I have right here is not the one I linked to because I can't find these anymore on Amazon. Maybe that's why. And a lot of people have picked up the other ones because I've used these before, and no one has come back and told me they had any kind of trouble like this. But look how this finishes it. That is such a cool look. There we go. We got it. Thank you. And so Miss Patricia says it's cute. This is something Stampin' Up! Used to carry, and I just never got rid of it. It's an adhesive remover. And because I told you I'm just a hot mess when it comes to anything wet, this is fantastic. You just rub it over it, and it picks it up. You need to be gentle. Have you ever put adhesive on the wrong side of your background paper, your DSP? Yep, this, you just work at it. And I've got a link to this. This is used all the time. I use it all the time. So we've got our birdhouse. Now, for the bottom, because this is such a nice big piece, I'm going back again with the Stampin' Seal Plus. There we go. Because when it's embossed, we need something a little bit stronger. Mini glue dots, this is just easier. Oh, you're in the heat wave now, Miss Ruth Ann. Well, I'm sorry about that. It moved out of here. Thank goodness. It was something. I think I need to go pick up those dots that I'm linking you all to because that wasn't fun. All right. So we've got the wood, even though I didn't use the country woods. I have the paper, but I didn't use it because it's currently unavailable. It'll be back. And then we have our holes. Well, I don't want to just put this right on the cards. What I have here is some basic black cardstock. And again, I will use this strong adhesive, Stampin' Seal Plus. And see something sticking out that shouldn't be. And we'll cover up that hole. There we go. I wish that had been down a little bit further. And then this, actually, well, right now it's a hole, but this should be a perch. So I have this for the perch because the perch would be wood. And I would think whoever built it would do it all in the same color. Yeah, that should have been lower, just a tad bit, not bad. I'll show you my other cards. And, but then I thought, well, that's a perch. So that's when I remember I die cut this other one. So let's take this one, turn it over. Whoops. Fantastic. All right, and I have here the mini glue dots, just perfect for this. Grab one of these. You could use your larger Stampin' Dimensionals and take the time to cut it down perfectly. I just, not when I have a tool already that I can do that. So let me get that backing off of there. Maybe not the easiest on something so tiny, but it adds a lot to this card with this having dimension behind it. And there we go. So we're done with the little mini glue dots. And remember, this was the basic beige. I decided to pull it all together by putting it on. Now, this is the Country Lace. The Country Lace Designer Series paper. And Miss Roxanne, Corkwood Gems. I don't know that we have any. If we have those current, that's a fantastic idea. I mean, it's a good idea, period. I don't know that they're still current. If they are, that would have been great. Because, I do try to stick with well, I represent Stampin' Up! And their products and things that you can readily find. All right. So now that I have this, let's come back. Now, this time I can use the Stampin' Seal because there isn't any texture on here. I'm just placing this for right now to get the placement for the wrought iron post. And whenever I'm trimming, because this went over the edge, I take my paper snips, turn it upside down, because look, now I have an edge to cut against. If I go this way, I just can't see as well, but this way I can see and cut right along that edge, and then I don't end up accidentally cutting the paper too. All right, and so I tried different colors. I tried this on the garden green, which was okay, but it was taking away from the garden green of this. I tried it on the pecan pie, and it looked good too, but I even tried the pretty and pink that we used. I just preferred it on here because this is going to allow that to be my focal point. So again, we're going to use the Stampin' Seal. And I could use the plus for everything, but frankly, it's a little bit more expensive. And if I don't need all that extra strength, I stick with Stampin' Seal. All right. And now, because, I just love, hi, Miss Kathy. Oh, Miss Ruth Ann says she has a couple adhesive removers. Yes. Yep. They are wonderful. Back with, and that's still what I got from Stampin' Up! That they carried. I mean, it just lasts and lasts and lasts. I don't think it'd be even possible to use one up. So I'm back with Stampin' Dimensionals. I wish I had invented these. I'd be so rich. Pressing down with my super short thumbnail, but even that makes that edge pop up, so it's easy to get these off. Yeah, the cork gems would be cool. But the perch would be made out of wood, right? Because, well, they usually are on all the birdhouses, my mom's. Okay, and so I've got the greeting. Hello, friend. I did fool around with trying to put in another piece and put it on there, and it was just taking away. And I don't even have it all decorated yet. It was taking away from it. I thought, nope. So all I'm going to do, because I'm back with the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad, just stamp it on here. And there we go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Like I said, it was just taking away. It wasn't working for me. All right, so now our bird. Couple dimensionals. Peel that off. Let him. Or you can put him up on the perch. That's so cool because there's a physical perch, with it raised up. But he's down here. And then this back with, oh, yep, back with this. There we go. Oh, you know what? I wanted dimensionals for that. That makes more sense now that I think about it. Get these off. And then I have a little bit of an embellishment to finish it. Oh, my flower. All right. So these flowers are just so sweet. Oh my gracious. I'm going to tuck the Daffodil Delight one on here. A little bit more with the Pretty in Pink, because pink's my favorite. And getting sweeter and sweeter, isn't it? Oh my gracious. Okay, and so we're going to finish it with the 24-26 in color shimmer gems. Yep, shimmer gems. All right, so I'm going to stay with the Pretty in Pink. And you know what else works well? My Take Your Pick tool. A large one, small one, and over here, a large one. That Pretty in Pink with the basic beige is just beautiful. All right, so let me show you where the hole should be. Let's switch that out. There we go. That's where the hole should, just down a little bit more. And cute, cute, cute. So, you know, now that I did have any trouble. You know, I made two before I did this, before everything went awry. Oh, thank you, Miss Ruth Ann. You know, maybe you would go ahead and adhere that one so you get a better idea for where your hole would go. And then I told you, I thought, well, what about with the intricate flowers? And here we go with the intricate flowers. And so I added some color with, so we got the Pretty in Pink, Lemon Lolly, and the Peach Pie. And I added some color to them with the blends of the same one. Oh, Miss Cheryl. Oh, thank you. She said she'd be thrilled. Well, not thrilled. She'd be so happy to receive such a fabulous card. Well, it was a lot of fun designing it and playing with it. And, you know, other than the mishap with my sticky sheets, really an easy card to make. It just took me a little bit to figure out how to do this because I was making it too hard. But yeah, it's super easy to put those pieces on there. And this to me is a great finishing touch. And I like that it can fit on the standard 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card. Without going over that. Oh, Miss Patricia, she says, I really love this card. Well, thank you. And maybe you can let me know, which do you prefer? The stamped and colored flowers or the die cut flowers? What makes you happier? I was thinking about trying to mix them all together and it wasn't working for me. I thought, nope, just stop and we'll just do 2 different ones. So we've got handmade birdhouse card designs with the wonderful Country Birdhouse bundle. And this bundle is an extra 10% off because you already get 10% bundle savings when you buy a bundle on the stamp and the die. So that's already a really nice discount. And then you add 10% more on top of it, but only through June 30th, 2024 in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. Unless I told you otherwise, everything I use is available to order in that online store of mine, www.shopwithshelly.com. Oh, Miss Carol Ann says, so cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so Miss Cheryl, the stamped and colored, you know, that's my preference. Oh, and Miss Patricia too. But it was just fun to play around because I'm thinking, well, we can do so much else with these too. You know, the die cut flowers will work well with other projects. You know, and the country lace designer series paper, all of that available. And I don't know if you've noticed, I try really hard to stay with as much as possible with the stamp set that it comes with, you know, the greetings, everything else, trying to keep the cost of a project. Oh my goodness, I finally found it. I could not find that. I thought, how did they add that to this? I looked and looked and looked. I looked at the designer series paper. I swore I looked at this stamp set. I never caught that. That would be so cute because that would be the eyelet. That's what I was looking for. Oh, for Peter's sakes. Okay, there it is, because I was going to ask somebody if they could figure it out. Just totally missed it. I'm okay. Really, I am. Oh, Mr. William, thank you. You love my color choices. Very nice. Took a picture for a oh, that means you're gonna, Miss Diana, you want to make it too. Well, you know what? Tomorrow I will have a link to my blog post with this card once the video is done uploading in HD. And I will have a link to my blog post that'll have all the measurements and a PDF you can download, print, and save. And so come back tomorrow for the link to my post, and there you go. You'll have that. Well, thank you all for, my rut-row moment or moments, and sticking around and watching to see how I put my country birdhouse card together. All right. And it was fun, playing around with the color. It was a lot of fun trying to decide what to do. And I just kept thinking about my mom. I thought, this just looks like my mom, It really does. And so there we go. And I'll say it again, all the supplies are available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. Oh, Miss Cheryl. Oh, Miss Di. Oh, you all are so sweet. Aw, I'm just loving my Tuesday evenings with you. And even when things don't go as planned. And so if you have any other questions, you're always welcome to get in touch with me. So this is that time where I say, I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Good evening and God bless.